So you guys, you know already that a lot is going on in the palace, and since Olori Tobi conceived her twin babies, it has been Olori Tobi here, Olori Tobi there. It's been celebration in the palace. A lot is going on, and bloggers just have a way of blogging what they want online in-laws to see, and the real thing is out there. But then after watching this Tobi's video, right? I begin to think of Toby in a different perception. Like, you may want to agree with me, you may also disagree with me on this fact, right? But we'll watch this video together, and at the end of the day, analyze the video at the end of the video. Okay, Toby is one queen that before she even got into the palace, because she's a motivational speaker per se, right? She's a motivational speaker. She have been on the bad book of a lot of people. She's one person that don't allow young people, especially young girls, to do certain things according to Toby's quote. And then going ahead to marry Kabiesi brought a lot of controversy. It felt like, oh, you don't practice what you preach and all that. But Toby is not shaking. I love her for not allowing what people say out there to really change what she's dishing out. Now, this thing she's dishing out may be helpful to some persons, it may as well not be helpful to some other persons. One thing we know for sure is that on this online space, you will not agree with everything that people say. You have your own opinions, you have your own views, you have your own right to however things have worked for you. Is that person's opinion, is that person's experience, they come out to share. It is one thing for you to agree with them, it's another thing for you to disagree with them. But you see, on Toby's video, this particular video that you're going to watch, right, I feel like she has spilled a lot of facts, like very considerable things that people should look into while pregnant. Some people in the comment section were like, no, it's your first baby. How can you come here and tell us? Wait until you have other children before you begin to share experiences of pregnancy. Well, it is her life, it's her choice. If she feels like putting this first one, it's her experience, right? So, right. Some people don't even have it good with their first experience, and they don't even have the ability to share. But Toby here is sharing her experience, what have made her, how she have become this, things she have noticed. I kind of agree with some, but then there are a few other things that is a no for me. Please, let's watch and then come back to talk about these things at the end of the video. I'll see you there.
Some losses gave me the experience on how to get a full-term pregnancy because I cried to God from the depths of my heart. Then I finally got an epiphany and I figured out what food to eat, what food to avoid, things to do specifically on how to get a full-term pregnancy. Because getting pregnant is indeed a miracle, and successfully delivering your baby, having them to nurture, is indeed more spiritual than people think.
You see, when she said getting pregnant is indeed a miracle, and having to nurture your babies like your pregnancy is more spiritual than people think, is totally a go for me. I appreciate, like, it's true. For this one statement, in fact, Toby, I love you. These things are things that people should look into and not take for granted. It doesn't matter if Toby is a first-time mom or second-time mom or whatever, but you see, pregnancy and nurturing pregnancy is very spiritual, because we have seen a lot of people manipulate these things negatively. Let's hear further from Toby, and we will talk about some of these things as we proceed.
There's some certain measures you need to take. Like mine, I had to avoid events, marketplace. In any case, I rarely go to the market, but then I avoided going to the market. I avoided talking to people on the phone because sometimes energy seeps through the phone. It's not like whoever it is you're talking to means you any harm, but in the process of conversing, there's every possibility that you could share the news prematurely out of excitement, and it's not as if the person is going to like harm you or wish you bad or whatsoever, but sometimes other people's fear can affect your situation because you opened a channel for them to connect to what you're going through. I I don't know if you're getting my point. So basically, I had to avoid talking to people, not because I don't care about them, not because I don't care about family and stuff like that, but just because I knew I needed to protect my energy even more. And I just didn't want to have to share the news prematurely so that you don't have to be giving them constant updates on how it's going, because that alone is a lot of pressure on its own, and you don't want to add that pressure to the pregnancy stress. Though staying indoor was quite a bit of a challenge, and some people who invited me for events during that time frame must have thought I blew them off and I just didn't want to show up for their events. But then now looking back, I'm sure they knew. They now know the reason I didn't show up for their events. Anyway, I came to that conclusion of not attending events because during one of those times when I was trying to conceive, and I mean, I was on 2 weeks wait for one of those pregnancies, and there was this friend of mine, an old friend, who met me at an event. After hugging and saying hello to her, she literally touched my tummy. I mean, I was taken aback because I'm like, why did she do that? And that made me decide that I just didn't want to be in a public setting, event or party or whatsoever during my pregnancy. Also because there was a time I posted a picture. It was quite early. Nothing had changed about my face, talk more of my tummy. And I saw comments like, you look pregnant, which means people are like literally keeping track of your life. So if you know that you've been trying to conceive for a while, you probably need to just disappear in order for you to be able to reach full term, because really omarayo feni foro afori eni. Sometimes you have to pay the price of putting a pause to some aspects of your life if you want another aspect to manifest. That's one thing I learned through this pregnancy.
So you guys, Toby won my heart with these things she has stated in this video. The video continued, but if you want to see the full video, just go over to her page. She went further to list the things that she ate, things that she avoided for her pregnancy and for her to feel healthy and also not have complications in the time she was pregnant. I agree totally. Before now we used to say Toby is beauty without brain and all that. We cannot have it all put together. You will be good in this side and also bad in the other side. I want to agree that this pregnancy have changed a lot about Toby. Yes, I want to say that because she is talking like more maturely this time. She is coming out to put out these things to give other people hope and also help them try. She said from the beginning, she said, if you have been trying to conceive, if you've been TTCing for a while, these are the things to avoid. And I also have an experience of one time, one of my friends, she's a very private person. She doesn't like to talk about personal things to certain people. And then she was pregnant, and this neighbor of hers kept asking her, you look pregnant, you look pregnant. And she will come and tell me, like, I don't understand. Why is this woman asking me? I've not shared this thing with her. I've not told anybody. But why are they interested? Why not they wait and see it? Because pregnancy doesn't hide and all. For people being too forward to go and touch people when they are pregnant and asking sensitive questions. Are these things normal? Like, do you think these people should be close to you? Like Toby said in this video, she said she literally avoided going out because one of the events she attended in the early time of her pregnancy, somebody touched her tummy and asked, are you pregnant? It's not even like anything have changed about her. Pregnancy is spiritual, and people should really learn to keep these things private until God brings them safely out of the season or period. It's just like you sacrificing some things that you really love just to achieve some other things that you want to see in your life. She said that too in this video. I am seeing more maturity. This is what changed about women when they begin to bring forth children. They begin to become more mature. They begin to reason from like a larger or bigger aspect of life, seeing life differently. Wow. Are we going to say it's God that made women this way? Or like people just learn as they grow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And like I said also, Toby has shared more in this video, but I'm just putting a short here so that we'll begin to vibe in with the more positive things that happen around Toby's life, irrespective of the negative that have happened in the past. Let's stay with this and encourage more of this positivity. Don't you guys think so? Let me know your thoughts in the comment. Like, subscribe if you haven't. If you haven't, you'll be missing out. Please stay connected, and I'll see you in another amazing video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below.
Every night. So when I wake up in the morning, I get easy bowel movements and I'm fresh and feeling happy for the rest of the day. We've spoken about foods and fruits to eat and enjoy, foods and fruits to avoid through pregnancy. But the most important thing I did through this pregnancy was to pray. I prayed every 3 hours for the first 3 months. I didn't miss it, even through the night. If you need the prayer points, just text me through my channel. The link is in the bio, or send a DM and I'll send you the prayer points. And what I can tell you for a fact is that God answers prayers, and He needs to see how serious you are. So apart from not attending events or going out or not telling anybody about the pregnancy, you also need to have your faith strong, because whatever happens in life, you need spiritual backup. That's all I can say.